wishes that they could go back in time. They would have spoken to you differently. They would have been more honest about how they feel. And the way that they feel is something that has been overwhelming them. They have tried to date other people and found that it doesn't really work out because they are still very much so thinking about you and wondering what could have happened with you. They don't see themselves loving anybody else the way that they love you. So this could be a bit of a soulmate, no contact, or even a twin flame reading, but they're struggling to see how they could be happy with anybody else. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wing Chun time. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I'd love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is additional information on how to become a member of the channel. We do have more shorts, videos, live streams, and personal readings for the highest tier. So let's dive in with some tarot. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas, because it's already spooky season. All right, what do we have? Seven of Presents or Seven of Pentacles. And the Queen of Needles or Queen of Swords in the reverse. With the Six of Candles or the Six of Wands. So this is someone who didn't really feel like investing in the connection with you, perhaps because they took it for granted. Perhaps they felt like you would always choose them. But what they said was, it like exposed their arrogance. So with the Six of Candles or Six of Wands in the reverse, they're realizing that they overestimated how much they could play with you, how much they could make it difficult and still expect you to try to make things right or work out. High Priestess in the reverse. Ten of Presents or Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So these are the cards if they were in the upright. But if we flip them, we've got somebody here who has, like I said, they've tried to date other people. And when they go out on these dates, if they, flirt with someone new or even, the clothes come off, this is somebody who doesn't seem to get excited or those magic feelings that they got for you. They find everyone else quite boring. They don't want long-term relationships with anyone, and yet they still want one with you. So this could be a bit of a player, but even if they're a player, that physical interaction or intimacy is also not very intriguing to them with other people. Two of Needles, which is the Two of Swords, and the Four of Presents, or the Four of Pentacles. Good morning, Aqua Beauty. How we doing? This is like, I don't know. I made a choice to keep my feelings to myself. The Four of Pentacles often is a gentleman who's like holding on to a coin or a pentacle. This is somebody who felt like there were other people or other experiences that they needed to be able to experience. So I feel like this is non-committal or like fear of missing out, right? Sorry, hold on. But this is a choice that they made. Queen of Potions or Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the Five of Potions. I'm good. How are you? It's early. Maybe this is someone who's more comfortable being sad or feeling like they've lost something versus worrying about whether or not they will. Kind of like the I left you before you could leave me vibe. But they're stuck in this Five of Cups now, wondering what would have happened if they had actually been honest about how they felt. Hello, Magical. Hello, Dooney. Sorry, I almost called you Donnie. Oh, that's awesome. Aiden. Rada, I can't read that, and therefore I'm just gonna remove, oops, just gonna remove it. If you could put it in English. I do understand a couple other languages too, but yeah, I need to know what's going on. Hey, Magical. It is story time, but it's more so that I'm telling a story. If you want to tell stories to the folks in the live chat, that's fine. Just abide by the rules that ask you to be respectful, of course. Hello, Nishant. Hello, Annabelle. How are you? Hello, Tyler. So we have Temperance and Judgment. Now, I get all excited because this is one of the few cards, or decks, I should say, that spells judgment properly. There's only one E, okay, you guys? When you go to spell judgment, one E. This is such beautiful energy, though, because I feel like this is difficult for this person who has played mind games with you, but a sense of accomplishment or a major achievement for you. You chose your peace. You chose like solitude over playing games with somebody. And I feel like at some point you actually listed off, or you went through and mentally listed off all the things that you had been waiting for this person to do or say, or the things that went wrong, right? Not that you were being overly negative, but I think you were being honest with yourself about the situation, right? Hey, BNN. I'm gonna put you in a little baby timeout. If you want to come back and be more mature, that's cool. If I reach $15 in tips, I will do personal questions for you all at the end of the collective reading. Otherwise, this is just a general reading. Hey, Daniel. I would encourage you to read up on the subject. I think you would find out that there is much you don't know. Gifts are from God. But if you want to come back around and be respectful for other people to have their own beliefs, you are welcome to come back. Hello, Jamie. How are you doing? Hey, Rohan. It's all an act. If you would like personal readings, I do offer them $40 to $100 depending on the length, and my email address is in the description box. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate you, Aqua Beauty. No. I'm gonna put you in a timeout, sorry. If you, like, the first time you come on my channel, you wanna ask to be a moderator, that just kind of makes me feel like, weirded out, you know? That's like if you met me and proposed, like, the first time. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what that means. Hey, Kat, how's it going? Hello, Alexander. Hey, Sargoza, I assume you're talking about how many people I've taken out, because I look really intimidating. Judgment again. So the last card I pulled from the Nightmare Before Christmas was Judgment, remember? And now we have Judgment in the reverse as the first one. Thank you, JJ. How are you? Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Vandana. Yeah, y'all, be respectful. I know you can do it. I have faith in you. But this person coming through as the King of Wands in the reverse indicates a lack of self-control. They have the Four of Swords in the reverse as well, and this Page of Swords, which tells me maybe you even called them out on what they were doing. You know, hey, I thought we were trying to have like a relationship here, or I thought we were working up towards that. And it seems like you're like adding to the roster that you have. So maybe I have the wrong understanding here. Maybe you were just a little bit more willing to talk to them about what was going on than others. Maybe you were just actually trying to fight for this connection because it was special to you. But the way they handled the situation was not different from how they would have handled it with someone they didn't actually have feelings for. And that was a real big mistake, right? Because they took for granted what they had with you. They played some games because they wanted to continue to date other people. And now it's like they're mad because you've decided to also be open to dating other people. It's like, but you did it first. You started it. You know? Hello, Sapsic. How you doing? Hey, Yash. I'm just curious. If I were to do like 5 words over and over again, you'd get irritated, right? That's how we feel when we have to read your messages. So I put you in a little baby timeout. And I encourage you to remember that if you just constantly say the same thing over and over again, it's not going to make me answer your question. And Saba, the same for you. Hello, Erin. My name's Carmen. You can call me that. Hello, Jason. Hello, Riri. Thank you for the support, Riri. Yeah, we've only got 12 minutes into the reading, so I want to do like probably at least another 10 minutes, right? But then I'll do the personal questions. So don't spam, and provided that the lovely Aqua Beauty is still here, we'll make sure your questions get addressed, okay? Can't do everybody's, but we try. So we have the Three of Cups, sorry, Justice, Three of Cups in the reverse, Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups. Okay, you're about to teach this person a pretty, a hard lesson, okay? Justice is like pros and cons, kind of like this list that we were talking about on the Judgment card. The idea of thinking about what you want, where this person falls in relation to that, and how things actually look as far as, can I be in a relationship with you, right? Hello, Stephen. Hello, Illuminati. Hello, Pramod. And with the Three of Cups in the reverse, this is like, no, because you can't commit, because you keep getting distracted by other people, even though you know that you feel differently for me than you do for everybody else. And everybody else seems like a disappointment, right? That might have been after they realized they've lost you, though. Sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? Hey, Riri, if you're looking for a particular astrological sign reading, I do have playlists where you can look that up. I do have some pretty recent all signs readings, but this would be a general reading. Hey, Mike, if I said no, would that be the first time? Sorry. Hello, word of Elijah. Yeah. Listen to Aqua Beauty, though. She knows what's cool and what's not. Nathan, I appreciate that you have some very strong beliefs, but I don't really care to have the negative energy in the live chat. You're welcome to come back if you want to be nice. Two of Cups in the reverse. Clarifying our King of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I don't want to fall in love. I don't want to be committed. I don't want to like feel this is what I have to do, right? Hello, Grindhard. How you doing today? Ooh. Oops, energy. I put 2 words as one. That's okay. On Tuesday. And 2:48. Yeah, that 3 a.m. in the morning stuff's real fun, isn't it? Does she miss me? Grind hard. If you ever want to get a full-fledged reading, you let me know, okay? Been talking about me. Just in terms of getting a little bit more, like, for your money, right? Hello, Dre. How are you doing? Is that your question? What an awesome question. Hello, Rhonda. What is up, Jess? Why are you waking up? Hello, that one soul. Hello, Brandon. Did I say hello to Skemmy? Skimmy, the full, like the longer form readings that I do are just like a reading or like a video you find on YouTube. The difference is I upload them as unlisted. So you can only find them if you have the exact link. So then you can watch it as many times as you want, and your schedule and my schedule don't have to align, because I gotta be honest, I'm a Pisces and sometimes I suck at doing things at a very particular time, which is why I only do that for my members. Next Tuesday, 9 a.m. members, just so you know. But they are ad-free, and I usually get them back to you within 24 hours. Oh, soggy toast. That's cute. You got a little fetish there. I'm going to give you a 24-hour little breaksy poo, and I'm going to encourage you to look up those other websites that are built for that kind of thing, because I don't need to pull cards to tell you that, no, there are not going to be any feet on my channel. Hello, Ray. Hello, Laura. Hello, Rhonda. So this person who didn't want to be in a relationship, didn't want to fall in love, didn't want to let things get to a certain point where things were serious, tried to restrict it, right? Maybe if I run away at a particular time, then it won't get to that point. Or you can't ask that much of me if it's like stop and go, on and off, right? They were playing tricks to try to maximize the time that they could keep you in their life and still have access to your energy, probably other things, but also still be able to connect with other people, right? And you're over here like, how long do I have to wait before you realize that I'm the one that's like worthy of you quitting with the games? Because if you don't figure that out, then maybe I just need to move along, right? Scummy, I may offer that to some folks, but yeah, that's just a little bit more of my contact information than I like to share. I also would say with personal readings, I do a lot better without the background information. And if we do like a Zoom or a FaceTime personal reading, there's, I think, a lot of situations where people would try to take what the message is and fit it into a particular part of their life. If I'm operating without you telling me things along the way, then I can get the actual message the way it's supposed to be. That's one of the reasons why it's not very easy or recommended to read for yourself, because you look at the cards and you're like, 10 of Cups, yep, this is telling me that I am super amazing. I'm gonna have the love of my life tomorrow in 10 hours, you know? So yeah. Hello, Serenity. Ooh. So 7 of Wands indicates that a certain amount of time has passed that you deemed long enough. Like maybe there wasn't actually a little, you know, microwave ding or kitchen timer. Maybe there was a dream. Maybe there was a song that played that you hadn't heard in a long time, and you're like, you know what? You're right, Tori Amos. You know what? You're right, Fiona Apple. Why am I putting up with this? If you've never listened to Shadowboxer, go listen to it. It's such a good song. Or if you're more in like a new love vibe, for Fiona Apple, go with First Taste. I think it's The First Taste. But look, there's this realization that whoever I'm reading for, you have about other people out there that would be willing to treat you in an appropriate way, in a respectful way, and not make you guess, you know, like, how long do I have to wait until you're going to actually be committed or treat me the right way? And you know what? Maybe there are people out there who don't sabotage the relationship because they aren't afraid of it. The people who say that like they're too cool to fall in love, let's call it what it is. They're too afraid to actually call it love. If I can just talk about, you know, physical intimacy and, you know, my charm and my popularity with people, that's not strength, you know? Oh, what a great username you have. I'm putting you in a baby timeout because I think you have some more research to do, sir. But thank you for the warning in your name. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Hello, Jody. It is Stripey Crayons. You do not lie. But the thing is, we don't have to sit around and wait for people to work on those issues. If they show no desire to improve upon that emotional immaturity and you have been working on yourself, then there's a sense at some point that maybe I'm wasting time, right? If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Not that you don't need a moment every once in a while to stop and smell the flowers, the roses, right? Appreciate things, show gratitude, turn the phone off, be in nature, do all that. But this person was, they were not willing to move forward with you, and now they wish they could go back to where it was before. So you've decided to let go of this connection. You've decided it's time to move on. This is just like more than you can deal with because they have to take responsibility for the negative mindset they have regarding love, or because they have this maybe even attachment, could be even a generational curse where generations of their family have done the same type of thing, right? Hello, Gloria. Thank you, Constance. Oh, wait, is it Constance? That looks like an A. How are you? Are you talking about this? It's the moon. Hey, y'all. I appreciate that you have religious beliefs, but you coming into the live chat and telling people they're going to hell is kind of like walking into a donut shop and telling people they need to go on a diet because you're on a diet. You know? Let people eat their donuts. We all have our own beliefs. Be respectful. Hey, Genius Fool, look me in my eyes. Are you being respectful right now, or do I need to put you in a timeout? Just curious. You let me know. Hello, Worst. How you doing? Hello, your fave girl. Hello, Jack. So this was the concern, right? So you fell in love, you wanted to spend time, then you freaked out and you ran away because you didn't know how to actually do the commitment thing. Well, you know, at a certain point, I didn't know how to read tarot, and I figured that out. I didn't know how to ride a bike, and I figured that out. Didn't know how to drive a car, and I figured that out. Sometimes the most beautiful things that happen in your life happen when you're willing to take a leap of faith and do something different or approach something that is brand new. I mean, who hasn't had a super anxious first day of a new job, right? But does it stop you? No, you do it. All right, I'm done giving the little warnings. Toodles. I hope you can work through that Echo Hunter. I don't know why it should be... I don't know why it should be that you have to completely let go. I think you at some point kind of give away a little piece of yourself when you fall in love with people, right? But you can have closure. There's still people that I love that are at a distance, right? Yeah. Oh, y'all really can't stop, huh? You can't even spell. You're too excited to say something inappropriate. LOL. So I just had to time out like 3 people. No big deal. Y'all just, if it's not for you, keep it moving. Like, isn't that how you approach the dating scene? Oh wait, maybe it isn't. Like, come on, you guys. If it's yours, it's for you. If not, like, keep it moving. Hello, Jody. How are you doing? Hey, Maurice. This is a reading about somebody who's realizing that a person they love more than anybody else, the one who got away, is actually like open to meeting new people, falling in love with somebody else because their non-committal energy made it pretty much impossible to move forward to a serious relationship. This could be somebody who wants to start a family. This could be somebody who already has a child with this person and they never got commitment from them. But we have this desire to be in a connection with somebody who has an open heart. And instead of trying to always convince this person who really does love them to love them. Hello, Amor. How are you doing? Hey, Maurice. Feel free to look that up anywhere, but I'm busy. This is the Tattoo Tarot. We have the 8 of Wands in the reverse and the 2 of Wands. If you don't take action, if you don't make it clear that you want a relationship, then I'm going to look at what else is out there, or I'm going to reclaim my time. I'm going to choose to focus on other things. Because you don't want to chase somebody who doesn't actually want to be with you. That's a lot of like energy that could be put to better use. Tracy, I love it. Odin had readings. That's right. Hey, that is totally cool, Maurice. I'm going to put you in a little baby timeout so you can think about why, when you identified that this wasn't your place, did you stay around? It's almost like the reading that I'm doing right now is actually for you. We have the World in the reverse and the 9 of Cups in the reverse. When you know that it isn't for you, whether it's a live chat on YouTube or a romantic relationship, then get out, right? I'm sorry, it looks like I want something and you talk about it, but you don't actually pursue it, or you don't actually allow space for that to like happen in your life. So you are the captain of your own ship. You have that keyboard in front of you. You can go to a different video, right? You can date someone else. You can take time for yourself. That's what you did. And this person really didn't expect you to do it. They must think that they are really like hot. They must have expected that you would always choose them, even if they would not treat you right. For some of you, it is because of a child. Hello, Katie. How are you doing? Five of Cups in the reverse, Death in the reverse. They didn't feel bad for not working on themselves. This was a very like, I am what I am. You fell in love with it, right? So why do I have to work on it? One of the most important things we can do for ourselves is stay committed to ourselves. And what I mean by that is working on the things that we need for our like highest and best self. Is it exercise? Is it better nutrition? Is it how we talk about ourselves? Is it protecting our sphere? Like who is actually allowed into your space or allowed to know what's going on, right? With Death in the reverse, they didn't want to change. They didn't want to go through the transformation that an ego death would bring for them. They clung to that ego like it was that body pillow in the middle of the night and you were dreaming away. They didn't want to let go. So why did they think that you would stay? Why did they think they could keep you around? Thank you, Constance. Hello, Subversive. How are you doing? Hello, Sony. How are you doing? You're welcome to join the live chat, but if you're here to make people feel bad about what they believe in, I will permanently ban you. Hello, Classic. Hello, Brett. How's it going? We've got the Page of Wands in the reverse with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. You didn't invest in it. You didn't want to talk about the romance that we had between us. So that means we probably can't keep doing this. They wanted to have the like benefits of a relationship without having to offer anything in return. And I don't know, that's a little bit selfish. It's a little ridiculous, right? Accurate. Hello, Somalia. How are you doing? Lego my ego. Oh, that's funny. Make sure you like the video, please, and subscribe. Once I get to 20,000 subscribers, which should be in the near future, I will be giving away 2 personal readings. So make sure you are on that live chat as well. I will put something in the title for that live stream, by the way, so that you can tell. All right, I think we need to dive into the personal questions. This is the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. Hello, Chantal. How are you doing? Hello, Danush. A night critter. I like it. I will be back later today. I can't stay terribly long today, or like right now, but Aqua Beauty, you had a question, and I think you also mentioned Tyler. I'm nervous that I won't be able to scroll all the way back to it. So if you don't mind, I'm going to do Grindhard's questions that I have written down, and then I will pop back to yours, if that's cool. Hello, Dave. How are you doing? Hello, Barbara. Hello, Sasha. Welcome back. Grindhard said, I felt her energy Tuesday. Looks like in the morning and in the like late afternoon. So you just want to confirm that that was her energy. Yes. Did it feel a little bit sad? Because we have the Ten of Swords. So I feel like, again, there's something that she's going through that seems to be really challenging. I don't know that she's comfortable talking to you about it, but it may have been almost like a, I wish I could have a hug right now. But I feel like she's hiding something that is pretty painful that she's going through right now. Will she text this week? I do not see that she is going to text this week. I think this is because she's going through this situation. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. I do feel like communication is going to be better in September. So both of these are nines. Because she feels right now like she doesn't have a place on the tray to add this drink. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so much I'm trying to balance. Sorry, I used to be a bartender, so I think about analogies sometimes as if I were still in the hospitality industry, but if you have a tray and you got like 7 drinks on there already and you have to add another one, you either have to like move the drinks to accommodate for it, or you might like tip it, right? This is like, I can't deal with this right now. Page of Wands in the reverse. But I also don't think that she feels comfortable telling you what's going on. Does she miss him? Holy cannoli, worst insult ever. I parallel park everywhere, and I also almost always back my car into regular parking spaces, which you can probably judge me on that. I don't really care if you do, though. I'm really proud of my parking abilities, so you can suck it. Hello, Papa No Mercy. How you doing? We've had to have no mercy on this reading this morning. So there's a tower moment coming up. I do feel like she wants to have more time, or is like sad that she has to dedicate all this time to something else and she'd rather be getting to know you, right? But it's just this timing is really bad. Has she been talking about grind hard? No, family issues. This is like exhaustion. It's taking everything in her like being to be able to move forward without like just like crashing out. Like she needs a vacation. Bad. Okay, I gotta scroll and see if I got that question from Aqua Beauty. Ah, yes. Tyler, I did have your name written down next to Aqua Beauty. If you have a question, por favor, put it in the chat. Should I get the skull shaker on Sunday? I assume you mean on Sunday. Let me phrase it exactly the way you have. Should I get the skull shaker Sunday? Yeah. King of Wands and Judgment. Notice they did not spell judgment correctly. Sorry, y'all. I care about these things. Yes, go for it. I support this fully. Hey, Matt. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Boomy, I know you told me your real name and I can't remember it. Please forgive me. Oh, that's awesome, Subversive. Oh, Sayali, I gotta ask you to please stop spamming. It's rude. Did we get an update from Tyler? I did not get. Maybe I should just pull a couple cards? Yes, no other option. All right, let me get a different set of tarot. We'll go with the Morgan Greer. And I'm gonna have to leave soon. I'm not gonna lie, my hunger is like getting loud. Should I keep pursuing my posts regarding a specific dynamic? Yes, you should. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few cards for Tyler, and I'm sending you a big old hug. I hope things get better for you. I know things will get better for you. I do like that. We've got new energy that comes in as an alternative to a fearful energy. That's interesting. So Tyler, I feel like there is a chance, like an exit ramp here for you. See how the Fool is looking away from the Devil card? This would be like fears, insecurities, jealousy. This is the dark attachment or the sadness, the frustrations, the things that are holding you back. And I see you looking towards a brighter future, working towards a new chapter. And I do feel like it is expedited, or it moves much faster for you if you're able to distance yourself from somebody who is quite, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say abusive towards you. You do not deserve this. I don't know if this is just, I mean, it's abuse. Whatever this person is doing to make you feel bad about yourself, it's unwarranted. Hey, y'all. I can't tell you how many times I've told you that spamming my live chat to get me to answer your question will do exactly the opposite. So please do not do that. Tyler. What else do we have for Tyler, please? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a new beginning that is a dream come true or doesn't feel real. It enables you to build a new foundation and start something of your own. So stay focused on that. Remember that it may require you to go no contact with somebody, and I see you being much happier in the near future. It may happen fast, so get your running shoes on, okay? Sending you a big old hug. Thank you for being so sweet, Aqua Beauty. I appreciate you. Sun O'Shell, I hope I said that right. Is the current location my place, or am I about to move out from here? This is not where you are destined to be. I do feel like there is going to be a change in your near future. And I do feel like it's going to put pressure on you financially. If you're able to set aside some money, please start doing that. But I'm seeing that it's like worth the risk. Like it might be tight. You might not be able to afford that avocado toast, right? I'm just messing with you. But it moves you out of a situation where you're like blocked from abundance. So it's worth that kind of like, you know, a couple weeks of being frugal. That's awesome. Hey, Das Folk wants to know, what is the most powerful tarot card? I would say the most powerful tarot card is the World. This is the end of the major arcana, the first 22 cards, right? Because if you saw, the Fool is number 0. The World indicates the end of a cycle. It's a very powerful card because you're able to close a chapter and start a new chapter. I mean, there are plenty that would probably argue that Death is the most powerful card because that indicates transformation and change. But in my opinion, that's like the mid-cycle, right? With the major arcana. So when you have the World, this is saying, yeah, I did that. One of the things I love about like remodeling houses, I haven't done it in a while, but I always like love to spiff up the bathroom or, I don't know, put some tile in the kitchen, is you see the change, right? The before and after pics are so gratifying and so motivating. That is what I think this card is. That's like you're looking back at what you've done, like, yeah, it only took me 87 Red Bulls, you know? Yep, it could be. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Bhavani. How are you doing? Dawn, I think I would recommend a slightly edited version of that question. When you ask who or when, you're asking a very narrow question. If you ask, what is blocking me, or what do I need to know about this, or what would bring me closer to this goal of mine, then you get much more powerful answers, right? You're right. Was it Billy Strings? Sorry, I had to. Hello, our queen. How are you doing? Hello, Mushu. All right. Let's see. Yes, LB, you're welcome to come back next time. I will probably be back in like, maybe like an hour. Kat would like to know, is there some good coming? So there is good attainable, but it requires that you make a choice. So this is like, imagine you have a menu before you and you're at a restaurant you've never been at before. And maybe it's even in a different country, so you don't really understand what the description is on the menu. I can't help but think of the I Love Lucy scene when she's ordering escargot in France. She doesn't know what it is. This is saying there is a choice, and you do have to make that choice in order to get this Four of Wands. As of right now, if you do nothing, that good is like evaporating into the air. So if you make this choice to level up, and it's probably not a very easy choice, then that good stuff comes in, right? Then you level up. Hey Coops, how you doing? Thank you for the tip. Does she feel the same, and will we talk again? Let's see. Let me grab a different tarot deck real quick. For Coops, the person on Coop's mind, does she feel the same? She does feel the same. 10 of Cups. Now you might think it's scary to see that death card there, right? This is saying that there have been some pretty major changes. You may not know about the changes in this person's life, but there is absolutely some comfort in thinking about you through these difficult times. So there's love and a sense of comfort that this person finds in you. And then I think you said, will we talk again? Will we talk, or will we talk again? I don't know. This seems a bit unlikely. There is somebody here who has created quite the block between the two of you. And I also feel like there's a lot of emotional distress and insecurity with the Page of Cups in the reverse. I do feel like this is someone who is, it's like I've accepted my sadness, or I've accepted that maybe this won't happen anymore, right? That maybe this is just how it is. Is this a romantic rival in the way? No. The Star in the reverse. Is there a distance issue? Do you live at a long distance from each other? Or is there very judgy family? There's something here where your love interest doesn't feel like you can be together. Can something be done to change this perspective? Yes. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to see if there is something that can be done to change the perception of whether you two can even be together because of family, right? Hey TCG, appreciate you for having your religious beliefs. We've had a really rough live stream with people who want to impress those beliefs on others, so I'm just gonna remove it. Hello, Adonam. I'm just gonna point out though, I have a cross right here. My gift is from God, and if you don't believe it, that's cool. I don't need your confirmation. But I appreciate all of you who are tolerant of the variety of beliefs that those in the collective have. I'm not here to tell you what to believe, and if you don't believe it, that's cool. I'm only asking for people to be respectful in the live chat, so if we can have that, then we can get along, right? All right. Don't forget to eat. I like it, Skimmy. Exercise Strength is asking, can you tell me what's blocking me from finding a romantic partner? of Wands in the reverse. Page of Wands. This feels to me like there are things that you need to stand up for or protect. So the example that's coming through for me, because it's with the Page of Wands, thank you so much, Exercise, is that we've got communication that maybe comes out in a way that you aren't aware of. So a good example would be demonstrating what is important to you through a very passionate conversation that you have, maybe being interpreted as no room for tolerance for what somebody else believes. Let's say that I really love pineapple on pizza and you really hate pineapple on pizza. That's actually my position. If you get overly assertive or overly, maybe even a little bit aggressive on this, there could be some issues. So it's like maybe just focus on how you communicate about things that are very passionate to you, because it could come across as a little bit aggressive or difficult, especially if those are passions that are particularly foreign to other people. But it's about your communication. Soften the tones, or make sure you're peppering your conversation with enough questions of other people, right? Hey, Cassius, I want you to know that my dad fully supports what I do for work. So how does it feel to be wrong this early in the morning? We've got for exercise this Ace of Cups though. So I do feel like there is somebody here, either you've just met or you're about to meet, who kind of captures your attention in a very real way. And you have this opportunity to pay close attention to how you communicate. You're able to think about it in advance before you speak, or you're able to have these like kind of bumpers in play as if you were bowling and you want to make sure it doesn't go in the gutter. But I do see this being really helpful for you and opening up doors that, should I have said drawers? Opening up a whole new opportunity for you in love. So I wish you luck. Hello, Abdul, how are you? I'm gonna do one more question. Hey, no one. You say that like that's a bad thing. How about your rocks get no attention? You're so welcome, Exercise. Hello, Real. How are you doing? All right. You're so welcome, Stripey Crayons. Ooh, our queen wants to know, what is my boyfriend planning? What if you ruin a surprise? I don't know if I want to be party to that, but I'm curious. So we're going to go for it. What's the boyfriend planning? This feels to me like either a little weekend getaway or like a spa day. I don't know what your responsibilities look like or your obligations, but it feels to me like the boyfriend is concerned about how much you've been doing, how much you've been working. With the Hermit in the reverse, this is telling me that the Eight of Cups is not just this person walking away. This is like, I want to whisk you away. Let's go have some fun. Let's do something where you can put your feet up and you're not actually so stressed. So I do feel like it's a little bit of a breath of fresh air, a little bit of a road trip, right? Hey, Coops, thanks for the tip. This will be the last question that I do because I'm getting real hungry. Is it family related for Coops? If it's not family related, it would be like a close friend that's like family or something that is heavily guarded. So this Nine of Cups, this would be like the wish fulfillment, the thing that's most important to you kind of thing. It's a fear of loss is probably the most basic way to say it, if that makes sense. All right, I gotta go eat some food. I love you all. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the great jokes. And thank you for the opportunities to make my own jokes. I try to be nice, you guys. I hope I'm not too sassy for you all. All right, see you on the next reading. Toodles.